Hey guys, welcome to the Golden Goal Show, episode 4. I'm your host, Al, the other half of Vincent Now podcast. So exciting, let's get things going. I like to start off every show with a question, but before I do that, I'm going to give a shout out to someone who has been loyal, a new subscriber to this channel, Mic Hoffman. I'm going to leave the description to his channel down below. The link of his channel in the description down below. So shout out to you, Mick. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. And if you guys want some more shout outs, hey, go send a link to this channel to some of your friends. Obviously subscribe yourself, get them to subscribe, and comment that you want a shout out down below, and I will for sure give you a shout out. Just thank you so much for being part of our journey and part of our family. So here's my question. And yes, it's about the Browns. If you don't know, I'm a huge Cleveland Cavs fan, Browns fan, Indians fan, you name it. But yes, this is about the Browns, but there's always speculation on who will be drafted first overall. So the Browns are once more faced with that option. Here's my question. Who will the Browns take first overall? Let me know down below in the comment section. You can email it to us. You can also hit up our Instagram. That's fairly new as well. The tag to our Instagram page is also down below in the description, so let me know. Or will the Cleveland Browns end up trading their first overall pick? Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what General Manager John Dorsey decides to do. As a Browns fan, this is probably the biggest moments of the year, is the draft. As Browns fans, that's what we look forward to. Obviously, we went 0-16, and that's something that I'm going to be highlighting here in my 2017 recap. I'm also going to be talking about Lavar Ball being the founder of the NBA and Isaiah Thomas's return, which is tonight, Tuesday, or if you're listening to this any other time. Isaiah Thomas just recently has made his return. He will be playing against the Portland Trailblazers or the Cavaliers. We'll be facing off against the Trailblazers, and then they'll be heading off to Boston the next day, where Isaiah Thomas will not be playing as they have him on minute restrictions, as well as they do not have him playing on back-to-backs. Hopefully, he can get back to his scoring title self and get himself back to his all-star level, which I think when you have LeBron James and the team that Kobe Altman has built around him, anything can happen. So I always like to start off every show with the NBA power rankings. I'm going to do that real quick, and I usually do the NFL power rankings, but here we are now with the playoff picture. Man, does time fly. So we're going to start off with the NBA power rankings. I'm going to read you the top 10, and then I'll give you my 2 cents about it. And then I also like to read the last 2 to kind of compare and contrast what the top franchises are doing right and what the bottom franchises are doing wrong. So at the number 1 spot, this is from CBS. I don't agree with this, but I'm going to say it. They have the San Antonio Spurs, then the Golden State Warriors, then the Boston Celtics, 4, the Toronto Raptors, 5, the Minnesota Timberwolves, 6, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 7, the Houston Rockets, 8, the Thunder, 9, the Wizards, and 10, the Pistons, and just outside, the Milwaukee Bucks. In the last 2 spots, we have the Orlando Magic, and in dead last, yes, the Los Angeles Lakers. So, I don't know if I agree with everything. The biggest movers, the Dallas Mavericks moved up 10 spots, and the Los Angeles Lakers moved from the 20th to the 30th spot in just a week. The Spurs, well, they're always at the number 1 spot or in the top for some reason, and that reason is Greg Popovich, one of the greatest masterminds in terms of coaching that this league has ever seen, and he is able to find ways to bring guys out of the G League and make guys into stars, even with what I feel like is a limited amount of players, although it is a good team, but it's definitely not a championship material team. He's making them into championship material. Golden State Warriors, they had a little bit of struggle at the beginning of the season as well as my Cleveland Cavaliers, but here they are. Stephen Curry's coming back, and I think that's what propelled them into the number 2 spot. He had an insane game in his return against the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Golden State Warriors put up 140 points. Not surprising when they have 2 former All-Stars on their team, with that being Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, who I do not like at all, but I'll be talking a little bit more about him in my 2017 recap, sports recap, about everything. Boston Celtics, they were in the top, dropped a little bit. Here they are back at the number 3 spot. I just love what Brad Stevens and what Danny Ainge is doing here in Boston. I was always speculating, why would you trade Kevin Garnett? Why would you trade Paul Pierce? Why would you trade Ray Allen? The Boston 3 Party. Referring to a really funny commercial. Go look about it. It's pretty funny. Anyways, they did a fantastic job getting pieces and building for the future. They weren't pretty good for a little bit, and here they are with obviously Kyrie Irving, some other pieces such as Marcus Smart and Al Horford, and now the two guys in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. These guys are going to be really, really good, and I think they are now betting on the Lakers pick this year, so maybe they can add one more piece and then let these guys develop. Let LeBron James leave, and they'll wait their turn, and I think we're going to see more banners in Boston very soon. I'm hoping my boy Kyrie Irving wins a couple more championships before he retires, but right now, it's LeBron James' turn, it's my Cavaliers' turn to win some more championships, even though those pesky Golden State Warriors are in our way. Toronto Raptors are playing fantastic as of late. DeMar DeRozan just recently dropped 52 points, and the Raptors, have taken a completely different approach and style. Their style, they did a lot more ISO. They replicated their offense more on the Cavaliers basis, but now they're moving that basketball. DeMar DeRozan has established himself as a three-point shooter. He's also improved at the defensive end as well, and the Raptors are playing much better, much better. We'll see what happens because ball movement can make you that much better of a team. Minnesota Timberwolves, they're at the spot where I expected they should have, and actually, they're overdoing it maybe in terms of they're doing it right. And that's at the number 5 spot. I think Tom Thibodeau is finding a way, and he's making it happen with Jimmy Buckets and Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns and what's his name? Oh man, the bald guy, Taj Gibson, and don't forget about Jeff Teague. Maybe a piece or two more. I don't know. I do like it though. I want to see the Timberwolves make the playoffs. Looks like they are on pace to doing so. Then at the 6th spot, my Cavaliers. We have lost 3 straight. Pretty bad road. The 3-game skid has started with a pretty close game against the Golden State Warriors. Yes, the Warriors didn't have Curry, but the Cavaliers did not have Thomas. I think there's some pieces that have to go in the Cavaliers. I think Tristan Thompson has to go. There's speculation and rumors that the Cavaliers are going to add DeAndre Jordan. So stay tuned with this channel, with this Golden Goals show. Let's see if DeAndre Jordan or if Kobe Altman can do something before the NBA trade deadline. I'm excited to see what the Cavaliers do. They always do something. The Rockets are on a also 3-game skid. 5-game skid, Maybe they just snapped it recently, but they have not been playing well as of late. Chris Paul once again injured. When Chris Paul was playing, the Rockets were looking like the team to beat. Chris Paul's injured, and now just receiving information and news that James Harden is out for 2 weeks with a calf strain. The Thunder are finally in the top 10. Looks like they're starting to figure it all out. This is a scary team. If they can start figuring it out and guys maybe make some sacrifices, this team could also become the team to beat. Obviously, I'm going to name the players: Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and Steve Adams, the Aussie. This guy he's a scary fella, and he has really developed his game. It's a shame KD left. He could have won a championship for OKC, but that snake decided to leave. The Wizards, I don't have much information about them, and the Pistons. But I do like that those two teams are in here. Two, I would say, quiet teams. I think the Raptors are also a very, very quiet team, and they've been pretty quiet. I think a lot of people have been focusing on the bigger teams, and the Raptors have quietly climbed up the power rankings. As far as the Lakers, they have dropped something crazy like the last 11 to 12 games. Lonzo Ball has been hurt. He's not a bust, guys. He is definitely not a bust. I think he's going to become an all-star, maybe a future Hall of Famer. He's got to add more to his game, but his all-around game is pretty darn solid. Kyle Kuzma is making a run for the Rookie of the Year, but at the 30th spot, I don't know. Let's look at the NFL playoff picture. We're starting the playoffs. Obviously, my Cleveland Browns are in the playoff picture 0-16. The two teams, we're going to start with the AFC. First round bye, first-seeded Patriots and the second-seeded Steelers, both with a 13-3 record. Man, the Steelers should be 12-4. The Browns almost got the win, but they're 13-3. In the wild card games, we have the 6th-seeded Buffalo Bills, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit more about them after I read this. And third-seeded Jacksonville Jaguars with a 10-6 record. Then the fifth-seeded Tennessee Titans with a 9-7 record, playing against the fourth-seed Kansas City Chiefs with a 10-6 record. Something crazy of the 6 out of the 8 teams, or 8 out of the 12 teams, who are in the playoffs this year were not in the playoffs last year. So things can happen and things can change in the NFL. That's the beautiful thing. A little bit. There's not many beautiful things in the NFL, but that is one of them. It's really hard to go back to back with just a lot of different things. The Buffalo Bills just destroyed their 17-year skid of their NFL drought. Now the longest in NFL is once more the Cleveland Browns, but the longest in U.S. sports history goes to the Seattle Mariners, who haven't made it in, I think, 12 or 13 years. But right behind them is the Browns. It was a very emotional moment. They were watching the game between the Bengals and the Ravens. Were needing the Bengals to win. If the Ravens won, they would have taken the Bills' place. Bengals score with 43 seconds remaining, and you had to see the scene. They were jumping like crazy. Bills win their football game, and now they are here in the playoffs playing the Jaguars. Wow. Let's go with the NFC. First-seeded Eagles, 13-3, and second-seeded Vikings, also 13-3 record, are getting the byes. And here's the NFC wildcard. Sixth-seeded Falcons, 10-6, playing the third-seeded Los Angeles Rams with an 11-5 record. The fifth-seeded Carolina Panthers, 11-5 record, playing the fourth-seeded New Orleans Saints, 11-5 record. Record-wise, the NFC is much stronger. I think record-wise, it's the NFC, but the Super Bowl champion will be AFC. Who knows, though? There are a couple teams who I'd like to see win the Super Bowl. Eagles, I wouldn't mind. Vikings, I wouldn't mind. Rams, Falcons, getting their revenge. Maybe the Falcons win. Maybe the Drew Brees gets his final championship. Those are all strong teams in the NFC. The Bills, I don't think, will win. Chiefs won't win. Titans won't win. Maybe out of the AFC, my two picks are either the Patriots or the Steelers. Now, let's go a little bit into Isaiah Thomas's return and then the 2017 recap so I can touch base on everything that is in the title. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I might have been a little bit boring. If not, it's okay. If you made it also this far, I'm going to thank everyone in our podcast that will be uploaded on Thursday for hitting 100 subscribers. But thank you guys so much for making our dream come true. When this channel became a channel in August of 2017, our goal was to have fun, and we still are having fun. We had a lot of goals, and we're accomplishing them, and we've set a lot of goals for 2018, and we plan on accomplishing them as well. But one of our goals for 2017 was to hit 100 subscribers, and at that time, we just thought, wow, that is not going to happen, but we're just going to continue to push, continue to do the things that we love, and when people feel that energy and see that energy, they're going to be attracted to us. And look at that, guys. I think it was the 28th of December, Vince and I hit 100 subscribers, and I think we're now sitting at 104 subscribers. Yes, we're a little bit of that annoying channel that reaches out and comments, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to get yourself out there. And then eventually your channel will grow. But we're so excited. And I'm going to tell you our goal for 2018. But we're going to touch base more of it in our podcast that we uploaded this Thursday. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you could help us make that happen, it would mean the world to us. It sounds crazy to us now, but so did 100. We have whole 52 weeks, 365 days to make this dream complete. And Vince and I are talking about when we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, we would do a face reveal, and we would have our podcast now be face instead of just audio, which is still far ways away. But if you'd like to see our faces sooner, help us out. Just do what you got to do to help us out. But once more, thank you guys so much. Let's go into Isaiah Thomas. Cavaliers made that trade. I actually was planning on doing at the time, a midweek segment. Vince and I kind of transformed the midweek segments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter. I don't think our midweek segments were that great. If you want to know how the style works, go tune in to some of our season 1 midweek segments, but we kind of transformed it into our own shows. I don't know why I told you about that, but anyway, I was gonna have a midweek segment about the Kyrie Irving trade going off to Boston. That the Cavaliers definitely won the trade, and now that we're here, I'm starting to feel that the Celtics might have won the trade. I still don't know that yet. I think there was a lot of good things for both teams, but we don't know if Isaiah Thomas will return back to the state that he was. And maybe the Cavaliers don't need that from him. They just need him to be a good team. I just recently saw the stat, and I don't know why I memorized it, but the Cavaliers point guards this season are only averaging 8.3 points per game. That is unheard of in terms of the Cavaliers, where they had Kyrie Irving, who I think averaged like 25 points per game. So a huge drop off. It's exciting. I'm gonna watch Isaiah Thomas. He's on minute restrictions. He cannot play on back-to-backs. But eventually, as the season progresses, the Cavaliers are going to figure it out. And they might hit some hardships. They might drop to the 4th, 5th, even 6th seed as they're dropping games. But, like they showed earlier this season, they're going to figure it out. They're going to find ways. And maybe if that involves trading someone to help benefit and help make the team that much stronger, then so be it. But there is going to be some chemistry. There's going to be some lineup changes. With a player at a caliber as Isaiah Thomas, it's going to be hard. The Thunder have showed us. The Rockets have semi showed us. Even the Warriors at the beginning of the season, when they got Kevin Durant, have showed us. When you add superstars to Miami Heat, when LeBron first came to Cleveland, there are growing pains, and it's kind of hard to find ways and find roles, and there are sacrifices that you have to make. But at the end of the day, your team can be very good if you're able to find it and accomplish it, and I've seen my Cavaliers do it before, and I know they'll be able to do it with Isaiah Thomas. But this guy's been busting his butt. I'm so happy for my boy IT4. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he can get us a championship. Maybe he can get the second championship in Cavaliers history. I have a couple notes here for my 2017 recap. I'm also going to be talking about LeVar Ball being the NBA founder. 2017 was the year of the balls. Why did I just say that? You know what I meant. You know what I meant. It was the year of Lonzo Ball. More LeVar Ball than anything. But Lonzo Ball, LaMelo, LiAngelo are now going out this year, 2018, to play in Lithuania or Latvia, one of those countries. So we'll see how those young men are doing it. They're taking a very untraditional route to hopefully becoming one day part of the Los Angeles Lakers team and playing in the NBA. I'm not sure if they have enough talent to do so, but now that they're playing at the professional level, that can definitely help them and definitely help these guys mature. I have seen a lot of maturity in Lonzo, and even LeVar Ball is maturing a little bit, as crazy as that may seem. With the NBA founder, I think it's been changed by the time you're listening to this. But if you were to have looked up LeVar Ball on Google, the Wikipedia shows him as the NBA founder. This makes me laugh because one time I remember when the Cavaliers knocked out the Chicago Bulls in the NBA playoffs about 3 years ago. The Wikipedia site for the Chicago Bulls said that their owner was LeBron James. Yeah, kind of true. LeBron James knocked out the Bulls and destroyed their hopes many postseasons. So kind of true. I love how you can troll on Wikipedia like that. Obviously he's not the NBA founder. That's Adam Silver. Don't worry, my boy Adam Silver. We love you. We don't like you, Roger Goodell, but we love you, Adam Silver. I actually met him one day, guys. I met him. I went to a Cavaliers thing, and it was a dinner. I went with one of my friends, and we met Adam Silver, and then I was in the elevator with Dan Gilbert, who is the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. What a day to remember. I wish I could have had a picture with my boy Adam. I wish I should have shook his hand, but I hope you trust my word for it. I'm going to give you some of the champions. The New England Patriots winning. Is Tom Brady the GOAT? Well, I used to not like Tom Brady. I used to be a Peyton Manning fan. And I think I said this earlier. when Tom Brady retires, I think there's in a couple years after he retires, there's going to be like some big speculation. Maybe the league will come out that Tom Brady did some things with the league. Who knows? But as of right now, with the terms of championships and just overall, Tom Brady might be the GOAT. 28-3 lead blown by the Atlanta Falcons. That will always be remembered. Falcons are always going to be referred to as a team that blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Just like the Golden State Warriors are also known as a team that went 73-9 and blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. The Warriors were the 2017 NBA champions. Gentlemen's sweep over the Cleveland Cavaliers, winning 4 games to 1. Kevin Durant earning himself his first NBA championship as well as his first NBA Finals MVP. Listen, he was chasing rings, man. I don't blame him. I do blame him. He was a little bit of a coward. He was a little bit of a cupcake. But if you want to end your career with a championship, with a ring, so be it, bro. But if that's going to help you, Kevin Durant is really annoying. He thinks he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he thinks he's going to be with the likes of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. And I just don't ever think KD can reach that, even if he wins himself 4 rings. He just won't, because he took the easy way out. And he didn't do some of the great things that the other guys did earlier in their career. But who knows? We'll see what Kevin Durant ends up. Houston Astros, the 2017 World Series champions. Guys, I remember a couple years ago reading about the Houston Astros, how this team's going to be the team to beat, how they have a tremendous farming system, how they made some good picks, how if they're able to acquire some stars, they can become champions. And they were not the favorites coming into this year. Yes, they were known and revered as a good team, but they were definitely not favorites starting this 2017 MLB season, but that's what happens. That's the beautiful thing about any season. Teams emerge out of nowhere. Players emerge out of nowhere. Altuve emerged out of nowhere, and they won it for their city. This kind of refers back to the Women's World Cup. You'll get what I'm going with this in 2011, 2011, where there was that huge earthquake and tsunami. Guess who won the World Cup, the Women's World Cup that year? Japan. When there is a tragedy, something like that, teams and cities build up, and those sports teams use that energy. When there was the Boston bombing, guess who won the World Series that year? The Boston Red Sox. A coincidence? A little bit. But there's also that extra boost, that extra momentum to win it. The Penguins won it. They knocked out my Columbus Blue Jackets, who won 16 games in a row. I think that's pretty impressive. Not much of an NHL fan, but the Penguins did win it. Donald Trump. The only reason why I bring him up is because he was the president this year. Has nothing to do with sports, but that's all I really got to say. Cristiano Ronaldo, I also have some notes written down. Cristiano Ronaldo's amazing year. Let me read you some of his things that he was able to accomplish. This year in 2017, he won Best FIFA Men's Player. He won the FIFA 5th Pro World 12, the World Championship, I think. He won the Supercopa de España with Real Madrid. He won the UEFA Super Cup with Real Madrid. He won the UEFA Best Player in Europe award. He won the UEFA Champions League with Real Madrid. He won La Liga with Real Madrid. He won the Ballon d'Or with himself. And the list goes on and on with some smaller awards, but these were the major awards. What a year for Cristiano Ronaldo. Is he the best player to ever play the game? I personally don't think so. Messi, I think, has it, just his all-around ability. But Cristiano Ronaldo will definitely become one of the greats. And there's always going to be that argument. I'm a big Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I do love how Messi plays. It's just so beautiful in terms of the soccer. But Cristiano Ronaldo has that killer mentality that I admire so much. So I admire both players. A lot of people are torn between, your Team Leo, Team Ronaldo. Yes, I maybe would favor Cristiano Ronaldo a little bit more, but I really, really love how Lionel Messi plays. Clemson, the college champions, Deshaun Watson, the player who obviously won it for Clemson, had an amazing first 7 games in the NFL, having 19 touchdowns, which is better than a lot of quarterbacks had in 16 games. So Browns passed up on Deshaun. and UNC, the University of North Carolina, winning it, the men's college in March Madness. So that's all I really have to say. That's my 2017 sports recap. IT's return, and his Lavar ball, the founder of the NBA. I touched base on all of it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm starting to get a little tired. So much talking, so much I had to fit into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Once more, thank you so much. If you've made it this far, give this video a like. And if you are listening to this and you want to subscribe. Because I know you like to listen to many other future podcasts. And guys, I guarantee this channel will be so good in many, many more episodes to come. We are just so young and we're finding ways to make ourselves better. So bear with us, guys. So thank you. That's it for me. I'll see you this coming Thursday for, I would say, episode 5 or 6 of our podcasts. And then you'll see me next Tuesday. Also, stay tuned on Saturday. Vince has his own show, Fade from Silence. If you also want to listen to Fade from Silence last week, it is also up. Not many views, guys, so go help him out. That's all I have to say. Peace out for now.